We did badly in a tournament. I was thinking of quitting football as well. I told my boss that, but he said, don't. I know you are strong, I know you are capable.
Share with us your darkest moment in life.
Oh, damn. Okay.
My darkest moment
is when I turn off the lights.
you know that.
Wow, this is a very tough question.
I think my darkest moment was during my parents' divorce.
And it was when I was struggling with the fact that my parents have a very rocky relationship.
Where my dad had to leave.
I was about 16 when I was 5.
So being the oldest child, I always felt that I was a bit responsible for putting things in place.
When I was in primary school, we made a group called the Divorce Club. Because all of us, our parents were divorced. So we could relate to each other, and it was very funny because at that point of time, we were like primary 1.
It gave me a lot of insecurities because it made me realize how come everyone else has a happy family except for me.
My darkest moment would be when I was in secondary 4.
When I was in the army and I just had a broken relationship.
It didn't really end on very good terms. I was cheated on by the same person, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times. And every single time I go back to him.
He is from France, so it was in LDR for a while. And we invested a lot of time, effort and money like traveling to visit each other. And when he broke up with me, I felt very lost because all these plans that we have in place were gone.
It seems to me that something is taken away from me.
I really felt like not waking up every night I go to bed, because as soon as you wake up, right, then all the pain comes.
It's almost as though you were in a wave and you couldn't know which way was up, even to the extent that I tried to hurt myself. And I thought that was very strange, very uncharacteristic of me.
I thought that it must have been something that was wrong with me or something that I had done that had led to this. But after some time, I realized that people are responsible for their own actions, and sort of learning that and finding my own self-worth is what helped me through it.
Darkest moment was failing my O-levels the first time.
14, 15,
17 years old.
During my poly days.
Right after JC.
I decided to take a bold move to leave my first university when I was in second year. Back then I wasn't majoring in something that I really enjoy.
In my first year, I did badly.
My parents had very low expectations of me for my exams.
I'm not naturally a very vocal person. For example, a teacher asks a question in class, I'm not like the first person to put up my hand, wouldn't exactly be putting myself out there. And it made me have self-doubt.
All my teachers kind of gave up on me.
I was very disappointed in myself, and I know grades aren't everything, but it still affected me quite a lot.
I was failing.
Then I got bullied at school, so I fell into a very, very deep bout of depression.
Having a lot of crises, just the way that I processed things wasn't great.
So my darkest moment was when I trusted someone too much.
I found out that people were spreading rumors about me, and I felt like my friends didn't really protect my name.
During the time when I went through my first general election in 2011, I think because I was in my 20s and probably wasn't as experienced and didn't have a track record compared to some of the other candidates, and so I was the subject of many criticisms, doubts online.
I valued myself completely on what other people thought of me. So I survived on external validation, and when an event happened, my community shunned me, and I didn't have a safe space, and I just thought that it wasn't worth continuing on anymore.
The specific moment is when I was literally at my window, wanting to jump off.
I wouldn't say I was seriously contemplating to jump, but it did cross my mind, because I was just questioning really what was the meaning, as a teenager in this world.
I think my darkest moment also happened this year when I was hospitalized for appendicitis.
Pneumonia.
When my son fell ill.
When my grandmother was in the hospital.
She was battling cancer for the past 3 years.
I was still quite young back then.
The doctor said it was quite rare, and then we were worried that there will be no cure and stuff like that.
My darkest moment was when I was sexually assaulted this year
It took me a long time to process what happened and also how I was going to try and find some sense of justice about what I could do.
3 years ago, I'm sorry.
My darkest moment was when I was 16.
16? Actually, when my mom,
grandmother, had my first cat. My grandfather passed away.
She was a very big part of my childhood, and when I lost her, I just remember it feeling like there was a light in my life that just went out.
My darkest moment happened during the circuit breaker period.
My dad died
sometime in 2021.
These 2 years, not being able to do what I love, which is perform, made me feel miserable.
For a period of time, I would say I was very dependent on alcohol.
My darkest moment is in 2010, at the point where I knew about my daughter. We found out about her arm was missing in the scan. At the same time, it was we did badly in a tournament. I was thinking of quitting football as well. I told my boss that, but he said, "Don't. I know you are strong. I know you are capable." And eventually, it took me 2 weeks, and I stood up again and I continued life.
So my wife was really there for me.
My sister, she's my greatest pillar of support.
They were there to message me to make sure that I'm okay, my church people and stuff like that.
Sometimes I forget that they are there, when you're in the depths of your mind. But I have to remind myself that, there are people behind me.
At that point in time, the person that actually got me out of it was an acquaintance, almost a stranger who I knew briefly from school. So she heard about what happened and she dropped me a text on a day where I would say that was the darkest day because I thought, oh, this is it, bye-bye. And she said like, "Hey Xing, I hope you're doing well. I heard about what happened. I'm not gonna ask you questions about it because I'm sure you already get enough. But I want you to know that from all our short and brief interactions we had in school, I think that you're a genuine, warm, sunny person. And I hope that you will get through this." I wasn't really close to this person. And to this day, she doesn't know that it was because of her one text that got me out and made me realize that there's more of me that people need to see.
It's really okay not to be okay, but I think it's even worse to suffer in silence.
It's never too late and it's never too early to go and seek help.
What helped me the most was that people with similar experiences tell me that they go through the same thing and I'm not the only one facing this particular situation.
Until now, I've become pretty good friends with them because I feel like they were the ones who helped me get out of that really low pit of my life.
I have to thank my parents, my friends, my therapist, my psychiatrist. Because of them, I'm still here lah.
And they created safe spaces for me both at home and also understanding how to create a space within myself that felt safe enough so that I can wake up every single day and not wanna do anything drastic.
So it is good to surround yourself with positively minded people and people who would give you encouragement.
My friends, so they were very patient with me even though I push people away and stuff.
They took the time just to listen. They did not judge, they did not give advice.
Gave me encouragement, prayed for me and my son, and I think that gave me the courage and the sanity to be able to go through the difficult times.
So the few trusted friends, you know who you are. If you're watching this video, I'm really, really thankful that you walked this journey with me even until today.
Thank you.
What do you do for your own mental health?
Number one, I try to sleep more. I don't sleep as much as I hope to, honestly, but I do try to sleep more when I can.
Started changing my lifestyle. I tried eating healthier and exercise more.
Maybe try to pick up a hobby.
Something that I do for my own mental health is painting. Not many people know, but I paint every weekend on Sundays. Small 8x8 inches canvases. I just paint whatever and whenever.
I'm a mental health professional, and the running joke in the industry is like, hey, you work in mental health. How's your mental health, right? Because I'm so busy working with other people. I just really enjoy taking time to take care of my own kids, my own family, spend time with my wife, spend time with my rabbit.
I hang out with my dog a lot. I talk to myself. Sometimes I think we need a bit of positive talk as well to just lift ourselves a little bit.
So I feel like journaling really helps keep me sane and also help me remember all the good times and alongside the bad times lah.
I practice being mindful and I count my blessings.
We always want more and we always feel like we can achieve more, but sometimes it takes a shift in perspective to realize what we have, and there's already so much to be grateful for.
Whenever I am stressed or very troubled, I will take a walk.
In a park near my house.
I love to go on long runs.
So quite sure.
I always feel better after a workout.
Or play games. I do a lot of workouts, I do boxing, I do basketball.
For me, recently I started learning to say no to things.
Then you set your own boundaries and you make a safe space for yourself.
What is an advice you give to others about mental health?
I always believe that your mental health can depreciate if you're always alone by yourself.
Really find someone to talk to really share your emotions, Then that's where you actually realize, hey, you are not the odd one out that feels in a particular manner.
Therapy has been helpful because there's somebody that I can speak with to bounce off my thoughts, my feelings, help me process and help me grow as a person.
For anyone out there who is in the same boat as me, knowing that someone out there is just like you and is holding out hope gives you some comfort.
It's very tempting to go into that space where you want to be alone, where you feel like, oh, I don't want to intrude others with my negative thoughts or like my negative feelings.
Saying things or talking things out will actually help you feel better. So don't be afraid to just reach out for help.
You're not alone.
All of us need help.
You are worth living,
Your journey to happiness won't be simple, but it is worth embarking on.
If you're going through something, there's no right or wrong feelings.
You may feel good today, you may feel shit tomorrow, and that's okay. To me, it's a journey, and really don't be so hard on yourself.
I wouldn't be who I am today if I haven't been through that darkest moment in my life, because I think that was a pivotal moment in my life.
There's still a stigma on how, going to counselors or going to therapy, it's expensive, it's time consuming, it's not a very a pretty thing to say.
Don't be afraid of being judged because it is 2020. Mental health is a very important matter that we need to discuss.
As cliche as it sounds, be kind to everyone around you. You never know what they may be going through. You never know that at that moment or on that day or that period, they are just trying to get through the day,
I would say to treat yourself as you would treat your own best friend. You wouldn't say mean things to a best friend. You wouldn't berate and be mean to your best friend. So similarly, if you see yourself as your own best friend, you'll learn to be kinder to yourself too.
Oh my god, it's very nice. Thank you for watching this episode of 99 Singaporeans.
If you liked it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, ring the notification bell and watch our other videos over there. Bye!